Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a bloom update for the month of January. I'm going to show you everything in bloom this month. I have a handful of orchids that I found very beautiful, so I'm going to show you a couple of my favorites, as well as show you how everything is growing on the shelves. We're in the middle of winter. It's been really dry, but it's been warm in here. I keep the temperatures pretty high during the day. With the lights, these orchids are getting about 80 degrees, and at night it gets down to about no lower than 65, 70 around there. So they're getting a night drop, but everything's growing well. I'm finding that I'm watering these orchids and Hoyas about twice a week. Depending on the pot size, of course, the Vandas are going to need a little bit more, but I find that dry winter time, you really have to pay attention to hydration because a lot of aerial roots and things like that, they tend to get desiccated. So I end up misting my orchids quite a good bit. I also wanted to thank you guys for the feedback on my new series, Species That Have Shaped Modern Orchid Growing. And I'm going to continue making new videos on that topic, with the next video being on the Clty Dowiana. So stay tuned for that. Anyhow, I have such pretty little blooms here. This one is the Potanera Jerry Rehfield Paradise Fuchsia. I haven't seen this one in a while. It has one flower that's not so well formed and a perfect one to the right of it, but that one is just so pretty. I'm going to give you guys a closer look. My Phalaenopsis are starting to bloom. Some of them have fully bloomed. Some of them are opening up right now. This is Phalaenopsis Schilleriana, which smells like roses, and you'll also get a closer look at that one towards the end. But I'm always very happy to see my Phalaenopsis. They can be common phals, it doesn't matter. They last a long time, and they flower. Some of them can last like 3 months, 4 months even, if it's kept properly hydrated. So I'm always happy to see those. This is my Iwanagara apple blossom. We have 2 sheaths here. It's at the edge of the pot, so I think this one is going to bloom in the spring, so I can't wait to see it. That one has really pretty flowers. This one is Cattleya Caribbean Orange Bull. And Tim, I'm waiting for those blooms anytime now, any day. This unregistered Richard Mueller hybrid just blooms nonstop. It's always doing something. I think it's so cute. No, not fragrant at all, but just a very reliable bloomer. And I have a lot of Cattleyas that I haven't bloomed yet that are kind of actively growing here, so hopefully I'll see them soon. Back there is my pink loose sneery. That one I got as an import, and it never really did great. It bloomed a few times, but that one never looked nice. But my other Vandas are doing quite well. Jungle Eyes on the right, Potanera Barana Beauty, Vicky Andrews is here. We have a lot of Cattleyas in active growth. And looking over at my dendrobiums, Gatton Sunray is a beast as always. I hope to get blooms on it in the spring now that I've moved it to organic. This one is my Australian dendrobium hybrid. It's lasted quite a bit. That one has a really nice rosy fragrance, but you've seen that one already. And also my Dendrobium kingianum is in bud, so I really can't wait to see that. Moving down to the Phalaenopsis, we have a lot in spike and a lot in bloom right now. So Phalaenopsis Sogo Vivian Leaf's Edge is starting to open. Jiaho's Pink Girl is right behind that. It's right next to it, so that one should be blooming in the next few weeks as well. Otherwise, the summer bloomers are taking a bit of a break. This one is Brassivola nidosa. It's blooming. It's pushing out new buds as well. So that one is nonstop. And my very first no ID Phalaenopsis is also blooming. This is also a very reliable bloomer, and I'm always happy to see it because I've had this since 2014. So this one is very special to me, and yeah, it's doing great. Moving down here, these are more summer bloomers, novelty phals, and a maxillaria. Those are not blooming for now. Moving on to the next shelf, we have a little bit more going on here, but not much. I mean, I have a lot of Cattleyas that are just an active growth. Some of them are going to be blooming very soon. Some of them have buds. This one is Cattleya labiata by Cattleya Richard Mueller, and we have two spikes going on, so this one's going to look good. I have a division for Paula Hillbilly Orchids that's starting to push a new growth, so I'm excited. That's such a vigorous orchid. Moving down, we have the Dendrobium Pink Sparkle, which is still blooming. It's on its last few flowers. And my Richard Mueller hybrid, the Hidden Gold, is still in bloom. I find that the blooms last on that one about 2 months, maybe a little longer. And this one is called Hidden Gold because it starts like red orange and then you get a gold color as it fades. It's really nice. This is my Little Stars. I had a brutal repot of this one over the summer, but it's already blooming and taking to its new pot despite me ripping out so many roots. So it just shows the vigor of that one. And then moving down, you can see the gate I made for Zoe to keep her out, but we have two orchids in bloom. We have Yuko Ito over here, which hasn't bloomed in a while. I'll give you a closer look at this one next. And this one just smells so good. I was so happy to see it. And then you guys know this one often. This one is the BLC Memoria Vern Block. That one blooms nonstop, very vigorous. We have other Cattleyas here in active growth. I know I'm going to have a lot in bloom in the spring, but overall, everything's growing quite nicely. So let me give you a closer look at the BLC Yuko Ito Volcano Queen. This orchid is so beautiful. It's got really big flowers. I really love the red spot, the pink spot rather, on the lip. I made a little short on this one and I called it Buttercream with a hint of raspberry. I just really like that spot on the lip, and the flower is just so pretty. It smells like a Cattleya floral fragrance with hints of lemon. So it's very pleasant. It's strong as well. When I walk by the grow room, I can smell it in the morning, which is nice, and from a distance. It hasn't bloomed for me in a while, so I was very happy to see it. And I've divided this orchid twice already, and it's been nice sharing it with others. And this one is just a great one. I got it from Akatsuka Orchids. It was gifted to me, and I really love it. It's one of my favorites. The next orchid in bloom is the Patinera Jerry Rehfield Paradise Fuchsia, and this is also one of my favorites because it's very vigorous. I got it 6 years ago from Carmela Orchids. It was a seedling, but what stands out most about this orchid is the size. It is not very big at all. It's not more than a foot tall. And I repotted it in the spring, so the flower form is a little wonky on this one this time, but normally I get pretty good flowers. It looks like it has velvet petals, and the fragrance on this one is also like a Cattleya floral, but it also smells like crayons. So it kind of weirdly reminds me of when I was a kid, like flowery crayons. It's very interesting. I really like it. The next orchid in bloom does not smell so good, but it's very pretty. And this is the Phalaenopsis amboinensis, Nicole. And I got this at the Tamiami Orchid Festival. My mom actually gifted this one to me because of the name, Nicole. And this one doesn't smell so good. It smells like a burnt rubber or plastic, but I find the flowers very pretty and it's going to stay in my collection for a very long time. Up next, we have Ethel's Paradise Hawaii, and this is a beautiful orchid. For me, it smells like a mixture of lilac and mint, and this orchid is extremely vigorous. Now, Zoe really took to this one and ate a lot of it, and she ate so many new growths off, and it just kept pushing even more growths. So, her biting it kind of encouraged it to grow more, and it had a lot of blooms. It had two spikes in bloom at the same time. I only captured one part of this orchid. The other side was kind of fading, but it's really pretty. I ended up moving it to my living room about a week and a half ago just because I find the fragrance so nice and I find the flowers so pretty. And I like to have things in display in my living room because that's the point of growing, right? You want to be able to show the flowers, smell them. And in this case, this one also has a very strong fragrance that carries. Next up is the Phalaenopsis Schilleriana, and this one blooms once a year. It's got these very beautiful flowers. I didn't count how many blooms I had. I think it was 24, 23, 24, something like that. But I initially got my first one a couple of years ago and it didn't do so well in my care. And then I realized that these are very prone to crown rot. So when you're watering, if you get even the tiniest bit of water in the middle of that crown, you have to be very careful and wipe it off right away. I tried again and I got this one like 2 or 3 years ago and it blooms very young to begin with and it had a huge growth spurt. It's actually been 3 years now. And then the flowers just multiplied. So I'd say don't sleep on this one. It's a good one. And it also gave me two spikes, one of which stalled. So I wonder what's up with the stalled spike. Either way, these flowers are pretty. There's a subtle rose fragrance on them, and they're just so beautiful. Thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to making the next video on the species, the Cattleya dowiana. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye, everyone.